If you take a look behind me, you can see this event is just now wrapping up. A lot of folks have come here for this somber 10-year anniversary from throughout the Yarnell and Prescott area. We've heard from former Yarnell Hill Fire chiefs. We've heard from one of the pastors in town. We've also heard from the grandparents of one of the Granite Mountain hotshots who died 10 years ago today. Family members of the Granite Mountain hotshots have grown closer over the years. They've come together many times, like today, to share their grief. We've seen their faces and heard the stories of bravery and brotherhood. 10 years later, the pain hasn't gone away for friends and family of the 19 Granite Mountain hotshots who died doing what they loved.
We share in the same grief. Of course, we each have to deal with it in our own way. It's different for different individuals.
John Marsh is one of the heartbroken parents who lost his only son. He remembers getting the call the night of June 30th, 2013, telling him Eric and his 18 crew members were gone.
You heard the facts presented, but then you didn't want to believe them, and you just wanted to think, well, maybe it wasn't true, even though you knew it was. So you go through a lot of different emotions.
Over the years, Marsh has made it his mission to honor his son and the other brave men who died along with him. Marsh was instrumental in helping create the Granite Mountain Hotshot Crew Learning and Tribute Center in Prescott, which pays tribute to every firefighter who lost his life.
By telling their story, it keeps not only their memory alive, but it reminds the public of who wildland firefighters are and what they do.
You can hear the pride in this devoted dad's voice when he talks about Eric, who at the age of 47 was the leader and mentor to the other hotshots. The younger crew members looked up to Eric and embraced his passion for protecting the public and turning boys into men. During his 23 years as a firefighter, Eric was well known for his folksy quotes and sayings that his crew referred to as Ericisms, like, "If you can breathe, you can survive." There were many others.
Sometimes he might tell the crew, if you'll pardon my expression, move before your bowels do.
Growing up in the mountains of North Carolina, Eric loved the outdoors. He raced mountain bikes, rock climbed, even went surfing. Eric was also a ski instructor at Sunrise Mountain in the winter. But teaching wildland firefighting was his true calling.
The excitement was part of it, but the gratitude and the accomplishment you might make in stopping a fire was part of the reward.
Marsh is hopeful that the tragedy of the Granite Mountain hotshots will continue to spark interest in making firefighting safer, so something like this never happens again.
Maybe the 10-year remembrance and its publicity will renew people's knowledge and concern about wildland firefighting. Tragedy has made people aware I think, of fires, firefighting, and particularly wildland, and hopefully prevent more in the future, which also would prevent loss of life.
Just a short time ago, they read the names of all 19 Granite Mountain hotshot firefighters who died 10 years ago today. Coming up tonight at 5 o'clock, you will hear from some of the folks who attended this very special ceremony. They will talk about why it's so important to also recognize the community coming together in a time of need. Back to you, Jared.